Hola, buenos dias. Hello, good morning. This is your Western resident and all solar systems, planets, intelligence from the galactic system of the energy core. I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and all the new viewers. Welcome to my channel as I keep you informed of what's going on through the galactic system. Anything you don't know, you can watch back my videos because I have over 250 videos. But it's very important you understand transformation through manifestation. And there's a lot of people having problems right now because we're going through atmospheres, through its electronic interference, like I said before in my last video. And it's very important to know that your body systems are balanced on a day-to-day basis. And the only way to do that is to activate it to a higher level so you can reach that frequency levels through the harmonic systems. So these things are extremely important to have. So I finished doing a workout. I feel great, and it's amazing just to exercise. Just take 5, 10, 15 minutes out of the day before you go to work, before you go out to an event or see people or anything. It's extremely important. I find every morning is to rotate your ankles so you don't trip on them. A lot of people have a tendency to worry about things like that. And the less you worry, the more things happen. So it's very important to understand these things. But today we're going to talk about how to use the body system through the yin and the yang. The yin and yang goes in its full circle. It's always on a circular motion through its rotation. And you have to understand Mother Gaia. You have to understand Father. You have to understand Space Continuum. You have to understand the galactic and the matrix. So everything has its own formulation through its continuous force. I was riding on the bike today. I love riding on the bike. I use between 6,000 to 7,000, 8,000 miles, which is great because it burns off the calories. And it's also good too because it just cleanses your body and your breathing mechanisms come in faster and quicker. And of course, I'm taking a protein shake. And the protein shake is, it's good for your body system. It really is. It helps you out in so many different ways. Now, using your equilibrium and finding the balance is understanding how to reach that chakra formation so you can reach that higher level and have that continuous force and get your power, get your energy power, get your force power, get your connection power. Trisha, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just talking about activating your body systems and how important it is to have these things on a day-to-day basis. It's extremely important to have these things. And the more you understand what's going on with your body, because everybody gets up every day and they resonate in a different atmosphere through their body and ego systems. Because a lot of people are having problems trying to reach that higher level. So today, we're going to activate your body and ego systems so you can reach that balance through the harmonic system. Because I think it's extremely important to know these things. When you're going into meditation methods and you want to reach a higher altitude through its force and it's connecting energy through the galactic system and the harmonic systems, yes. It's automatically, you're connected through the higher self on a day-to-day basis. Once you meditate and you communicate with the higher self, you are in space continuum. You are communicating with planets and intelligence through the solar systems. So, and that's what it's all about, is the balance. So we're going to find the yin and the yang. And to get the yin and the yang is to understand nature, like really understand nature, understand its atmospheres, everything around its ground formations, everything through its cloud formations, everything through its galactic solar sun planet star systems and the galactic moon star systems. So that's great. Good for you. So you're going through upgrades. If you can see your whole entire body in its reflection of a mirror or anything through its resource, then you're definitely full connection right now with the higher self. All I can tell you is it's an energy cell, okay? And it goes on a circular motion, okay? And it creates its revolution with Father, Nature, Mother, everything that's connected, okay, through the spiritualism, everything that's connected through the Buddha, the Dalai Lama, the Kundalini, all these things have a connection, okay? And it's all collaborated. Remember how everything is a point system and everything through its center is its energy through its power center. So again, it's understanding the yin and the yang of a child. The mastery of flowing mechanisms. Everything flows on a continuous force. Yeah, when you close your eyes, yeah. Yeah, it depends on your perception though, because sometimes you see red, sometimes you see white, yellow, green, but it's always a circular motion, and that's transformation lights. That's your third eye coming out. That's the connection waves through its waving patterns. That's what's giving you the force. But it's a cycle that goes around and round, okay? And as soon as you evoke or command or whoever you want to talk to through the archangels of angels, it goes up through its line dividing of 7 chakra formations, okay? Whatever one you activate, it circulates, it rotates through its dimensions of its chakra formation. It goes up, okay? It goes to the voicing grid, okay? It goes to the eye perception, audio perception, the mind telepathy, the brain, and everything through its cortex and its crown chakra as it goes round and round. So it goes up into space continuum, and it volumes on so many different levels of vibrations. So but it just resonates on a circular motion through its rotation, because everything rotates. Everything rotates. And like I said, it's all about mastering. And to activate the body system is to high rise a divisional level of the higher self. Not just having full communication, but really understanding what the body and the ego system is through their circuitry levels, through the electronic levels, through the connection levels, through the energy levels of psychops. Explained that too in my last video. Everything that's connected through its energy fields. Okay. Once you get into the atmospheres and you fly every day, that's what you need to do. Not just meditate, but you got to understand its atmosphere when you fly. The higher self is flying in space. Then it goes north wind, south wind, east wind. Back phrase, front phrase, side phrase. All these things are connected through elements of its galaxy systems. Because when I go north, I go north wind. When I go south, I go south wind. So I'm using the wind factors as an atmosphere because it's the connection from the higher self. But the galactic higher self volumes on their harmonic systems, which is way beyond its elements through the galaxy systems of solar systems and planets. So well, I'm glad you understand those drawings. I mean, they're complicated, but at least you're getting a better view. And try to, draw shapes, divisional lines, activate them, move them, change the shapes, change the vibration, change the frequency levels, uprise it into the matrix and the grid systems. Okay, so that's great. That's great. So your brain waves are changing a lot more and more now. Once you realize you're the higher self on a day-to-day basis, it has continuous force, and it will ride on any system through the planets of its intelligence. So these things are good to know. In the matrix system, you see alignments, you see fractions, you see pixels, you see color formations, see subdividing, line dividing, dimensions, wormholes, higher frequency levels, intelligence. Have you done healing? Do you understand the circuitry system in the higher self? Do you understand the circuits, the line dividing, everything through its circulation, its rotation? Can you paraphrase everything through its parallels of its dimensions? Can you open wind cycles of other circles? Can you upgrade your systems through its connection wires? Can you change your brain frequencies through the mind telepathy, a visualization of mastering the yin and the yang? So much more, but yeah, you're definitely up high rise. That's for sure. I mean, you have to know anything and everything about the higher self through the galactic self. You are in the galactic system. I see you high rise on dimensional levels. Now it's time for you to get connected with your brain and your frequencies. Understand the circuitry systems. You have to understand the matrix systems. Being in the matrix is just not enough. It's more actually, it's a calculation through its modification, everything through mass, and understanding everybody's body and ecosystem is on a DNA structure. They're all connected through circuitry and electronics. And all those 11 levels of divisional levels of the oscillation wind cycles are connected through the circles of cycles. There's a lot of stuff going on. How can you do that? By mastering energy that's given into you. Every time it gets a vibration, you get those energy vibes. You're catching on very quick, Trisha. Now it's time for you to understand the energy that goes in your systematical system through its energy fields. Once you understand your vibration, your frequencies, and your harmonic systems, then you can get connection ways through your higher self and all circuitry levels of the body and ecosystems, because everybody's connected through circuitry. Everybody's electricity. Everybody is components of particles, of energies, of pixels. Okay? You have to know circulation, its rotation, how many cycles, how many circles, how many circuitry, how many circuits, how many panels, right? There's voicing grids, there's capacitors, the sensory perception, voicing grid, audio perception, mind, brain frequencies, matrix and the grids and the computer analytical systems. There's so many elements that ride through its acceleration, speed, its continuous force, through its velocity. Understanding Mach, understanding speed, understanding radiation, understanding radioactive, understanding meteorological heat signatures, everything through its coolants. So everything is time sequence, and like I said, you're getting there. It's very important to activate the body system to another level. It's time for you to, uprise everything through your circuitry systems. That's what you want to do. Hey, Reflection, how you doing? So how's Reflection doing? I know. But when meditate, you ask for understanding, integration of the knowledge you give us. I try my best. Like I said, I am a human vessel, but my matrix grid systems through the analytical brain and frequencies of its mind systems is no longer human. So I live every day in the matrix. I understand everything through its bionics, its line dividing, everything through its connection wires. I know how DNA structures are built. You have to understand how everything is created. So Trisha, that's what you should try to do. Try to visualize everything through your components, everything through your circuitry levels, everything through your connections, understand your atmospheres, understand Father and Mother Gaia, nature's core, and Matrix is good, but it's just the beginning because it goes way beyond that. You have to go on the other side of the coin of the multiverse. You have to understand everything through its connection of rebirthing multiverses, how everything has its own connection through its paradox and its parallels. There's paradigms, parashifts, paradigm shifts, polar shifts, connection energy waving, magnesium magnetic polar shifts. There's so many different things that Matrix is just the matrix, but that's just the basic outer line, you know? That's great. You're balancing everything through yourself. That's excellent. Oh, I'm doing very well. Yeah. I try to make it reasonable for you guys so you get a true understanding, because you guys are upwind your cycles right now through your divisional levels of your energy fields, through your energy systematical systems. Your body systems are high rising to another vibrational level. So try to get more connection with your higher self. Like, try to not just see the higher self, but also what's inside the higher self. Right? It's like trying to get to know somebody's connection energy wave and matrix heart. What is that connection energy wave and heart feeling? What is it doing? How's it reacting? Is it reacting? You know, like, what does it want? What is it telling you? You know, and that's where everything through its connection is through mind telepathy and telekinesis. The higher self has to know everything in and out of its body system through activation and communication. So it is complicit, but it is formulation through its evidence that the higher self connects in all ways and forms through the ground formations, atmospheres, cloud formations, electronic interference, anything through its connection wires, anything through interacting, interception, interreaction, interfacing, the galactic system, the energy core, space continuum, matrix and its grid systems, following up on everything through its data and energy processing systems, connection energy wise of DNA structures of human vessels of electronic energy systematical systems. So there's so many different systems. Okay, the matrix is just not enough. It's knowing everything through its DNA structure. So Trisha, try to understand everything through the higher self, not just be the higher self and see the higher self. So I want you to really try to communicate with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to high rise your divisional levels. I'm going to give you have your higher self, but I'm going to give you a higher force wind through its cycles. So you'll be able to communicate on a higher frequency level through intelligence of planets and solar systems. So you can understand everything in its systems. Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, I get that too. Yeah. It's hard to reach that on a third dimensional level, especially when you're in extremely high vibration. The most vibration that you can accumulate through its pyramids activations codes, everything through its matrix and its grid systems. So, but it's just knowing the in and out of everything of the higher self and the galactic higher self. So, Angela, how you doing? Nice to see you back. Good to see you guys again. But there's a lot of atmospheres changing right now through its circulation, and the rotations are going through its electronic interference. And that electronic interference is high rising its divisional levels. And everything through its connection is high force. You have to understand low force, medium force, high force, supreme force, and everything through its galactic force. So, like I said, there's all levels that we need to achieve. And once we achieve all those, then you can work on to its communication, because communication is the highest form of its radio signals. And then we'll get into waving patterns, everything through its coloration, through divisional lines of numbers and shapes. So reflection, I felt like I was floating yesterday when I was meditating, almost was connecting to my higher self more. That's great. So you're connecting more. You're getting more formulative with its communication of its understanding of what's inside you. Okay? Because your power comes within. Okay? The power always comes within. And then it expands without. And that's where you get connected with your energy fields. So. But I try not to get too intrusive. I try to be more informative. But my brainwaving system through the matrix and these grids, through its energy systematical and computer analytical systems, is high rising on so many different waving lengths. And the patterns are just, the hardest thing that you can achieve is to understand what the mind is and what it does, what the brain is and what it does, what the body is and what it does, what the ego is and what it does, what the chakra formation is and what it does. So understanding everything around that, what is the yin and yang and what it does. So there's always a beginning, middle, but there's never an end, okay, in space continuum, because there's no time, no place, and there's no age. Everything's on a continuous force, and it sidewinds in so many different vibrations through the harmonic systems. So the connection devices are all going through its frequency levels, through the galactic higher self. Because the galactic higher self, or the higher self, when they get connected with their connection wires through the hydraulic systems, you understand circuitry levels. Because everything in space is electronic. Like I said before, it has to, because it's all created through molecules and atoms and particles of energies, fuming gases, everything through its interference, electronic interference, waving interference, energy systematical, connection interference. There's also hydraulic. I haven't even got into that yet. That's a magnesium energetic energy force system where it has connections to electric fence. I don't know if you guys know this, but just when you understand your perception and everything through the mind and the brain, you see through its perception. You see the matrix every day. So when I walk outside, I not just see a wall. I see a graphing of a wall, but it's all electronic. It's green. Okay? It's electronic. I see the power grids. I see everything through its connection. That's the matrix. And that's what I mean by going beyond. Like, and when you communicate it, it changes color. You take it out of its realm, you allocate it, and you put it into another dimension. That's how you high rise to a higher level. So now you have partnership with the wall surface. And that's why who says backdraft, sidewind, cycles, energy systematical systems, paraphrasing through everything through its parallels of line dividing and subdividing, shape connections, interception of shapes through its interforce, outer force. So there's a lot of confusion here, right? It's just everything line divided, everything has its connection. Like I said before, I'll say that again and again and again. Once you understand its connection, you'll understand everything through its DNA structure. And once you understand everything through its DNA structure, you are living the matrix every day. Now, once we get a full view of everything that's happening with space continuum, everybody has a mission. And like I said, you have to understand its interforce through its outer force, through its connection force, through its energy force, and everything through its round force, through its atmospheres of its energy fields, everything through its connection wires. And things are going to get more complicated now because the matrix system is the most powerful thing that you can consume in the brain. Now, once we get that going, we can get our bodies into activation through the galactic system of all communication of planets, intelligence, and solar systems. But even that, it goes way beyond, because now you have to get true understanding on how to communicate with the galactic solar sun planet star system. It's not just looking up and seeing what you see. You have to understand its communication. Same with the galactic moon star system. You have to understand its communication. And that's where it goes way beyond. You have to believe it's beyond everything. So here's the galactic moon. Okay, this is the galactic moon star system. Now, you don't just look at it. You want to see right through it. Okay? It has an energy field. Okay, through a force field, through a plasmasium force. That's a protection grid. It sidewinds its shapes, its colorations through day and night. Uses its cloud formation through its electronic interference. So that electronic interference has connection through the galactic solar sun planet star systems. And that's how it uses its radioactive through its gamma rays and everything through its connection wires of its energy fields, force fields, energetic force fields. Remember I was telling you about there's so many different divisional lines of its defense? You have to understand everything through its center, the galactic moon and the galactic solar sun planet star system. Now the galactic moon star system is connecting with the galactic solar sun planet star systems. Once they start connecting, they do this. Okay? And they change their colorations. And that's how it changes its atmosphere. And once it changes its atmosphere, it changes its shape. Okay? That's why clouds look like pictures. That's why clouds look like anomalies of other galaxies. That's why clouds look like faces structures. That's why clouds look like everything that you want to see through its creativeness of its mastering. So that's communication. That's what I'm talking about. It's going way beyond anything else through the mind and the brain. It's not just understanding the mind and the brain. It's going beyond the thinking of everything through its energy source, its power source, its connection source, its high rising wind force source, everything through its northern, western, eastern, and southern hemispheres. So, that said, I mean, there's a lot to learn. but you guys are doing exceptionally well, and just keep up your meditations, and you're eventually going to high rise to, you know, your balanced 3 frequency levels through their harmonic systems. Hi, May of Gold. How you doing? Yeah, that's it. You know, reflection. It gets so deep and astonishing because every time I get up, I get